So what do you call a mermaid on a roof? Ariel! You get it? Because Ariel, it's up in the air. Alright, so going back into the NBA rumors and going into NBA talks, I also found out another thing. I did not find this out until I was going through ESPN and going through SportsCenter, and I just now found out that Luke Walton is now the new head coach of the Los Angeles Lakers. And to me, that's pretty shocking because he helped Steve Kerr and the Golden State Warriors lead them to 2 straight NBA Finals appearances and an NBA championship in 2015. And he also stepped in for Steve Kerr when Steve Kerr had that little I think it was like blood clot or something. I can't remember what it was. I can't remember Steve Kerr's injury. But Luke Walton stepped in and he helped Golden State win 39 of their first 43 games while he was filling in for Steve Kerr. And if you guys all remember Luke Walton, he didn't have a very successful playing career. He's the son of former NBA All-Star and NBA champion for the Portland Trail Blazers, Bill Walton. He's a son. And Luke Walton, he's basically known as one of the worst players in NBA history. But he's considered an up and rising coach because if you guys saw him coaching for the Golden State Warriors, you know what I'm talking about because it was crazy insane on how he took the Golden State Warriors and won 39 out of their first 43 games without Steve Kerr's help. Like, that's insane. If Luke Walton can do that much potential and that much damage at Los Angeles while they're in the rebuilding stage with young talent like D'Angelo Russell and Jordan Clarkson and Julius Randle and so many other young talent players, the Lakers could be something to come up in the future because they got a good coach coming off of the Golden State Warriors who's had championship experience and has also won himself a ring because he won a ring with the Los Angeles Lakers. He's also won a ring with the Golden State Warriors while coaching. So he's already got that championship experience. And now he's going on into into coaching full time. And that's going to be interesting to see because the Lakers, you guys all know, they have young talent. They got draft picks. They got the number 2 draft pick and they're probably most likely going to draft Brandon Ingram, which is a good move because they're building around 3 potential All-Stars in Julius Randle, D'Angelo Russell, and then of course Brandon Ingram. And then you also got Jordan Clarkson in the mix, who is also probably going to be a solid 2. And they also got the cap space too. And they also got some of the best fans in the industry. And they also got the legacy of Kobe Bryant and so many other players that have came before them that makes them a historic franchise. And it also makes a hot spot to go to in free agency. So for the Lakers, the future looks really bright for them because they already got young talent on this team. And then they got draft picks. They got a lot of draft picks, so I expect them to pick up Brandon Ingram and some more role players to fill in the spots. And they're also going to try to, hopefully they could try to get a veteran player so that way it's not all just young players out there. They need a real player who has experienced some of this stuff, and it's going to be interesting to see on which veteran player is most likely going to be coming to Los Angeles to help these young guys out. And they also got a crap ton of cap space. They got like $60 or $70 million of cap space, which is insane for the Lakers because, you know, after that massive contract that Kobe Bryant's ran out when he had to retire, you know that a lot of that cap space opened up. And thing is, the only problem I see right now is problems between D'Angelo Russell and some of his teammates. Because if you guys remember last year, D'Angelo Russell, he did get some playing time from his coaches, and he was a solid rookie, but he started to lose trust from his own teammates Well, not all of them, but mostly Swaggy P, Nick Young, because he snitched on him for cheating on his fiance. Of course, you guys know Iggy Azalea. So that's gonna be interesting to see if D'Angelo Russell is gonna earn his trust back from his teammates, and if Swaggy P stays in Los Angeles because of that whole situation. It's gonna be really interesting to see how the Lakers pinpoint their future, and it's looking really bright with D'Angelo Russell and Julius Randle, Jordan Clarkson, and then potentially Brandon Ingram coming into the mix. If I had to see them get anybody, I suggest a big man, because they're really in desperate need of a big man on this team, because they got Roy Hibbert who's really went downhill, and then they got Robert Sacre. Everybody likes to call him the GOAT, but Robert Sacre, he's not really fit to be a starting center. So I expect them to go after a small forward, which they desperately need, and most likely a big man in free agency, depending on who it could be. Who knows? They might get. I heard rumors that Hassan Whiteside might be a popular player to pick up in free agency. I heard that, and I've heard some other centers too. But I can't remember which ones either. But it's gonna be really interesting to see how the Lakers turn their franchise around from what they are right now into what they could be. And it all starts with Luke Walton, because Luke Walton, he's got that championship experience, and he's got that coaching experience alongside Steve Kerr, and he's already been a champion as coach, as assistant coach. So that's huge for the Lakers. They've got a really good pickup in Luke Walton. So it's going to be interesting if the Luke show is going to last long in LA. I'm pretty sure it will. I mean, let's face it, Byron Scott sucked as a coach. I mean, you got to think. They were only interested in tanking, and Byron Scott's not that great of a coach. He was a good player for the Lakers, but coaching? No, nobody should hire him. No. If you hear about Byron Scott, no. Just get him away from coaching. I mean, Byron Scott, he should just stick to doing what he does best, and that's doing whatever he does, because he clearly doesn't do anything good. But it's gonna be really interesting to see if Luke Walton can turn this team around. I'm pretty sure he can. Future looks bright for Los Angeles. 3 to 4 years down the road, or even 5 years, they're going to be something to be dealing with. Them and the New York Knicks. Because I made a video earlier about Derrick Rose being traded to New York. And if Derrick Rose puts on one heck of a performance up in New York, they could be a team to be reckoned with in the East. Just imagine that. New York Knicks versus the Los Angeles Lakers in an NBA Finals matchup. That'd be something to watch. Especially with what's going on in New York, what their rebuilding process is. Their future looks bright, especially with Kristaps, Carmelo, Derrick Rose, and possibly getting some more players. And then with the Los Angeles Lakers, they're rebuilding around D'Angelo Russell, Julius Randle, Jordan Clarkson, and most likely Brandon Ingram, and then bringing in veteran players and bringing in role players that could fill in. Those two teams down the road, they could be something to be reckoned with. They could be up there with the Golden State Warriors. They could be up there with the Cleveland Cavaliers, the Toronto Raptors, the San Antonio Spurs, Oklahoma City Thunder, and so many other teams. Do not count out the Los Angeles Lakers yet, because there's a lot of people that are already counting them out. I ain't counting them out yet. I'm excited to see what they can do, because this could be two exciting teams to watch next season, especially if they get Brandon Ingram, because he was an all-star at Duke. And especially with Derrick Rose, because he's on his last year of his contract. If he has a breakout season, New York just got a steal. They got a steal out of it if Derrick Rose puts on one heck of a performance. So that's my prediction in 5 years. Los Angeles Lakers versus New York Knicks in the NBA Finals. Hopefully that comes true. We'll see, because it's going to be a lot of rebuilding for both of these teams. So yeah, this is J-Red, keeping you guys updated with anything sports related or NBA related mostly. And until the next video, guys, I will see you all later.